be a show to remember. Take over, start to boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna take away my life. Was over when it started with that shoe that felt white walking. I'm getting games over. You actually thought that you can get away with skeletons in your closet. Don't think so. We can't reveal the truth to the public. With your hands up, time to surrender. Take over, stop the boogie down. Makeovers, nothing's gonna take away my life. Was over when it started with that shoot of the white walk of thing. I say names over. We do not live by your rules, dirty word. Your ego has driven you out of truth. You only played yourself, got no game, serving you right. Say your prayers now. Take over, stop the boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna take away my life. Was over when you started with that shoot of white walk of me. I say game's over. Take over, stop the boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna take away my life. Was over when you started with that shoot of white walk of me. I say game's over.
Good morning, or afternoon, actually. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And you trolls who have nothing better to do, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Even though you dislike the stream, that's fine. I still appreciate you. It's interaction, and you're wasting your day. Steven, replays, Faris, Sean, Woody, Queenie, welcome. And anybody else who's in here, welcome as well. Today we're voting on Game of the Year, even though, yes, it is rigged, but we're still going to vote it anyways, just for fun. I will be ignoring the esports stuff just because I'm not familiar with any of that. I used to be. I'm not anymore. I haven't watched an esports event in a long time. I used to watch League of Legends for esports stuff. So we're going to ignore the esports categories. We'll know what the winner is when they do the show on the 10th. Which is funny because the 10th is also when Cyberpunk comes out, but I digress. All right, so we're gonna save Game of the Year for the end, which is all the way up top. We're gonna save that for the last one, but we're gonna work our way from the bottom up, starting with best debut game. I'm dedicated to be here, but I'm in school. Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. Okay, so best debut game. This one, I haven't played any of them except Phasmophobia, but I am familiar with Carrion, which is right here. I'm not familiar with Mortal Shell, so I have no idea on that one. I never heard of Raji, and Roki, I don't know what that one is. But we're definitely going to pick Phasmophobia. I am anyways, just because I've played it. I love it. It's so much fun. And they, from an independent studio created by one guy, and he managed to put out a game that works as well as it does as far as like horror elements go and tension and stuff like that. I'm gonna give it to Phasmophobia because it would just kind of like snuck up out of nowhere. Whatever you vote for, that's your own decision. Again, if not for Phasmophobia, I would probably give it to Carrion. because Carrion is I've heard enough that it was really good, but I haven't personally played it. So I'm gonna give it to Phasmophobia just because I know it. All right, so that's our first one. We're gonna go back to categories. Like I said, we're skipping the esports stuff. And Ashley, good to see you again. I hope everything's well. I know that last time that that you popped in here, you said your house got set on fire. So I hope everything's going better for you. Wow, this is taking a while. Can you actually? It's just flashing the thing. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's go back to view categories. I don't know why I got stuck there. I'm going to skip content creator of the year because I'm not there, so I'm not going to pick it. Because, I mean, look, content creator of the year, like, look, you'll see. I don't know who JN Lopez is. I don't know who Nick Merckx is. Tim the Tapman is a streamer. He's not really a content. I mean, streaming is content creation, but streaming should be different. It should be best streamer. Honestly, really should. But Tim the Tapman, I mean, I only know who Alana Pierce and Tim the Tapman is. Actually, that's a lie. I know who Valkyrie is too, because Valkyrie, she's been playing a lot of Among Us. So I know who Valkyrie is too. Plus, Valkyrie also interacts with a lot of other, how can I put it? She interacts with a lot of the other bigger content creators like Mr. Beast and all of them. So, okay, you know what? I can vote on this. I can. Although, technically, like I said, they're almost all streamers. Like, Alana Pierce, she's a content, she does videos, she does live streaming and stuff like that. Like I said, Tim the Tapman is just a streamer. He's not really a content creator. And Valkyrie, she's both. You know what? I would go with Valkyrie. I've watched some of her streams. They're entertaining. I like her. I'm going to go with Valkyrie. If it wasn't for Valkyrie, I'd probably vote for Alana Pierce. But I'm going to tell you right now, Alana Pierce is probably going to win this. Right? I'm just saying it right now. Alana Pierce is probably going to win this. And the reason why I say Alana Pierce is because she has a lot of friends in the Game Awards area. All right, so let's go back to the categories. In the categories, MJ, what's up? Nick Merck streams on Twitch. That's why I said they're streamers. That's why I said streamers. There should be a different category for streamers and a different category for, regular content creators. Best multiplayer. All right, we're gonna look at best multiplayer. I already know who I'm voting for. Among Us. Among Us is the only one that's actually like withstood the test of time, right? Animal Crossing, the multiplayer is trash. It's not even really multiplayer. They just come visit your island and that's it. Fall Guys, well, we all know what happened to Fall Guys. And Valorant is just another shooter. Like, it doesn't really do anything that like is game breaking. Among Us is a 2-year-old game that all of a sudden got massively huge. Massively huge. And it's got massive replay value because the content for the game is not the game itself, but the people playing the game. So I'm actually going to vote for Among Us, and I think Among Us is going to win. I don't see Call of Duty Warzone winning. I see Among Us winning that. Like, 100%, I see it winning. Because it just took the world by storm. No, Among Us is 2 years old, came out in 2018. All right, best sports racing. I don't play racing games, so we're going to skip that. Best sim strategy. Let's see. Okay. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, that's what's going to win. Microsoft Flight Simulator. I know XCOM's great. Okay, I played the original XCOM. XCOM's great. I could have played Gears Tactics, but I never did. But the reason why I say Microsoft Flight Simulator is because it's freaking, like, it's almost like real-time stuff. It's fantastic the way that they designed and everything for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, Whew. It is a masterpiece, MJ. You're absolutely right. If your computer can handle it. If your computer can handle it, Microsoft Flight Simulator is a masterpiece. Absolutely. Forza. I mean, I'm not big on racing games. Otherwise, I'd vote on that. Best family game. Animal Crossing. I don't even need to see it. I don't even need to see it. Animal Crossing. Right? So like I played all of these except for Mario Kart Home Circuit and Minecraft Dungeon, but I don't need to play Mario Kart Home Circuit. Best family game is going to go to Animal Crossing. Hands down. That's it. I played Animal Crossing, or no, I haven't played Animal Crossing. I've seen a lot of people play it, like my cousins and stuff like that. Crash, I have it. I played it. I like it, but that's not best family game. Fall Guys, look, we know what happened to Fall Guys. We know what happened. Paper Mario and the Origami King is fantastic. I loved it. I loved every minute that I played it. I miss Bobby, but Animal Crossing. I don't even own Animal Crossing, and I'm voting for Animal Crossing because I feel like that is the best. That is the best family game. What, you don't know what happened? Oh, you know what happened to Fall Guys? It fell. Oh, and the reason why I say no to Mario Kart Home Circuit is it's $100 for one of the carts. No, unless you like I'm a family of 4, right? I don't have $400 to spend to play Mario Kart Home Circuit. No, it's not happening. That's not happening. Yeah, it fell. I wouldn't say the community's toxic for Fall Guys. I wouldn't say that. Best fighting game. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. And the reason why I say this is going to be interesting, there hasn't really been any fighting games that's recently come out. Right? Mortal Kombat technically is what, 2 years old now? Something like that? I have it over there. I don't have Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, but I have Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat is like, it's like 2 years old or something like that. Street Fighter 5, I have the Champion Edition. But Street Fighter 5, again, is like 2-3 years old, maybe. You know, there hasn't really been big for fighting games. I am not voting One Punch Man. No. That game just kind of got swept under the radar. If I had played it, like Grand Blue Fantasy, if I had played this, I would probably be more inclined to vote for it, but I don't think it's going to win. I actually think it's either between Mortal Kombat 11 and Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. But like they're all old games, or like they're all the same games. And the reason why I say I might vote for Grand Blue Fantasy is just because its Arc System works. And I love Arc Systems. Love them. And I know Under Night in Birth is also Arc System, but nah. If I had played it, I probably would give it to Grand Blue. But I'm gonna give it to Street Fighter 5. I actually like Street Fighter 5 more than Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 had a great story. It really did, but as far as fighting game mechanics go, Street Fighter 5. Under Night is good, but it's not gonna win. Yeah, I mean that's what I said. I don't. No Name, what's up, No Name? I need some music. Hold on, let me get some music here. Hold on, I'm gonna get some music going. I need some music for this. This is like, hold on. Oh my god, where's my list? Oh my god, where are you? Oh, you suck. Hold on. I'm gonna get some music going. Where are you? Music. I mean that folder's empty. Oh, wrong music folder. Hold on. Where are you? Okay, alright, I got it. Alright, open with Windows Media Player. Thank you. Holy crap, that's loud. Holy crap. Hold on. Chill. That was loud. Like, there was no need for it to be that loud. Alright, we're good. That wasn't loud for you, it was loud as hell for me. It needs to be just like faintly in the background. Faintly in the background. Yeah, there's no need for it to be like overly loud. Plus it gets louder. Okay. Best role-playing game. This is my category right here. I love role-playing games. You guys have been on my channel for a while. You know that I love role-playing games. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the thumbs up on the stream, or else the trolls win. Every like that you guys give me, a troll dies. Okay? Alright, so do that. Help me out here. Alright, best role-playing game. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake, a game that shall not be named, which is right here. I'm not going to say what it is, because my phone's listening. Alright, my phone's listening. I'm not going to say that name. We got Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, never played it, and then Yakuza Like a Dragon. For me, it would be between Final Fantasy 7 and Persona 5 Royal, but I'm gonna give it to Final Fantasy 7. And I firmly believe Final Fantasy 7 is gonna win. I firmly believe it, and the reason why is because it's a hyped up game. This game that shall not be named, no, I've seen many people play it, and a lot of people say that it's very repetitive. It is fun, but it's very repetitive, and most people just get kind of boring or bored of it. That I know who have played it. I know there's a lot of people still playing it because it's free, but loot boxes, get the hell out. Just get out. Just get out. Loot boxes, get out. No, but in all seriousness though. No, I understand it's hyped up as hell, but you gotta understand, critic-wise, think of it as a critic, as opposed to think of it as how much money it's made from its monetization practices, okay? Think of it as a critic, alright? As a critic, Final Fantasy 7 or Persona. But Persona is technically a game from 2018. It's not really changed much. Yes, there's more story in it. There's a new character, you know, some new music or whatever. But I'm going to give it a Final Fantasy VII Remake. The story was good. There's some things that I would have preferred, but it's good. They did pull a fast one on us and actually change the original story. I'm going to go with Final Fantasy VII, best role-playing game. I don't care Genshin was... You made me say it. I don't care that it was trending. I don't care. That's not the point. You have to understand. Critics are voting, not the players. We as the players, we're voting yes. But our votes don't really matter. They really don't. We're just doing this just because. Best action adventure. Okay. I have played every single one of these games except Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've played every single one of these games except Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Star Wars Fallen Order? No. It shouldn't even be in here. It doesn't hold up to the rest of these games, in my opinion. I already know what I'm going to vote for. Star Wars Fallen Order doesn't belong on here. Look, Fallen Order, the gameplay of it, and look, if you played any of these other games, if you played Ghost of Tsushima, Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, The Last of Us Part 2, can you, if you played all of those, can you legitimately tell me that the gameplay in Fallen Order holds up to any of those? I will wait. The story might have been good, but the gameplay was nowhere near what Ghost of Tsushima was, what Miles Morales was, what Ori and the Will of the Wisp was, or Last of Us Part 2. Like I said, the story in Fallen Order might have been good, but it was nowhere near the other ones. You would say yes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I will firmly disagree with you on that one. Firmly disagree with you. Look at this. Best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I hated the platforming in Jedi Fallen Order. Hated it. The combat itself was clunky. The combat in Force Unleashed felt better than the combat in Jedi Fallen Order. Okay. As far as traversing the environment, yes, I mean there was a lot of stuff to explore in Fallen Order, but it still didn't feel as good as exploring in Ghost of Tsushima. This one's kind of tough. For me, this one's tough because I loved Ghost of Tsushima, Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Last of Us Part 2 when it came to the combat and playing, just overall playing the game. But I'm going to break this one down one by one where each one falls short. Ghost of Tsushima becomes repetitive. This becomes extremely repetitive. While it's a blast to play and the environments are a lot of fun, and I loved killing everybody, like, you know, in duels and just becoming OP and everything like that, Ghost of Tsushima becomes repetitive. The story for Ghost of Tsushima falls a little bit short when it comes to Jin's story. What makes the story in Ghost of Tsushima, I've said this many times before, what makes the story in Ghost of Tsushima is the side characters, not Jin himself, but the side stories is what really makes that game. Ori and the Will of the Wisps does a really good job of telling a story, painting this narrative that if you pay attention to the story, you can enjoy it very much, like just fall head first into that world. It's a beautifully done game with the gaming mechanics, the platforming, the Metroidvania style aspects of things, upgrading your abilities. The combat mechanics were great. It was very fluid, very on point. The music was fantastic. Where it falls short is that same storytelling aspect. Like it's there. It's a very simple story, but it's nothing really in depth until you get to the end. But the main story in Ori and the Will of the Wisp is the beginning and the end. Really, unless you really go deep into everything. So that's where it kind of falls short for me. But other than that, Ori and the Will of the Wisp is fantastic. Last of Us Part 2, where it falls short is the storytelling is not the greatest. The combat is great. Combat is a lot of fun. I played it on my PS5. The combat is even better. It's very fluid. It's very smooth. I wish it gets a 60 FPS update. The puzzle solving aspects are very minimal in Last of Us Part 2. There's not really too much to go there. I mean, there's still some there, but it's mostly an Ellie story, not so much in Abby's story. And as far as like traversing the lands, they have an open world section that just kind of feels out of place. That's like, it falls flat in that one section. Ellie's section feels drawn out for no reason. Once it ramps up great. But exploration in Ellie's section, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Seattle Day 1 where you're exploring that area. It falls flat. It falls flat. I'm going to give it to Miles Morales. Miles Morales, the exploration is great. The puzzle solving's there. And that's another thing too. Ghost of Tsushima has no puzzle solving. Like, it has a couple, like jumping to the shrines, but that's it. Miles Morales has puzzle solving. It has exploration. It has very fluid combat. You play it on the PS5, 60 FPS. Oh my god. It's fantastic. The music is great. Miles Morales made, out of all these games, Miles Morales is the only one that made me cry multiple times. I cried from happiness, from sheer joy playing the game in the beginning. I cried twice at the end. Twice? Maybe 3 times. I don't remember. It was so good. It made me fall in love with Miles Morales as a character. I'm gonna vote for Miles. Who's gonna win this one? Probably Last of Us. Probably Last of Us. I haven't played Valhalla though. That's why I said I've played all of these except Valhalla. But I don't think Valhalla's gonna win. Last of Us is gonna win. Last of Us is gonna win. Alright, next. Next we got Best Action Game. Hold up. Hold up. It's going to Hades. It's going to Hades. Well, no. Doom Eternal. It's going to Doom Eternal. I haven't played Half-Life Alyx. I don't have VR. I don't have Neo 2. And Streets of Rage is Streets of Rage. I'm going to vote Doom Eternal, and it's going to go to Doom Eternal. Half-Life Alyx, I feel like is going to win a different award. Half-Life Alyx is going to win a different award. But I'm voting for Doom Eternal, and I feel like that's going to win. MJ, they are not bad games. No, not at all. You just haven't played them. They're not your type of games, but they're not bad games. Innovation in accessibility. Okay. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Okay, so we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperroot, Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. I haven't played Valhalla. But a lot of people said that Valhalla is pretty much God of War, but Assassin's Creed. I played Grounded, didn't like Grounded. I haven't played Hyperroot. And Watch Dogs Legion I wanted to play, but everybody that I've spoken to, that I trust, who has played Watch Dogs Legions, said they liked it, but it got stale quick. I'm going to vote Last of Us Part 2 on this one. Danny, how you doing, Danny? I'm going to vote Last of Us Part 2 on this one. Because as far as all of these games go, right? Because Valhalla and Legion is also on the PS4. Last of Us Part 2 pushes the capabilities of the PlayStation 4 beyond anything that I've personally seen in a game up until the PS4. Like, PS5 is going to do wonders, and Xbox as well. Like, Xbox Series X and the PS5 are going to do wonders moving forward. But we're talking about previous generation stuff. Last of Us Part 2, with motion capture alone, is going to change the game. Is going to change the way that we see games and the way that games are developed. Okay, that's what I see from it. And that's why I'm voting for it. Because the thing is, it says that it's pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed in an even wider audience. Last of Us Part 2 does that a lot. I don't know what Hyperroot is. Yeah, I'm skipping the esports stuff. Okay, so next, best VR AR. This is where I said Half-Life Alyx is gonna win. Okay, I've played Star Wars Squadrons. I love Star Wars Squadrons, but Half-Life Alyx. Like, I haven't played it. I've seen it. Half-Life Alyx is beautiful. I wish I could play it in VR. I will not play Half-Life Alyx if I don't have a VR system. Like, I just can't. I can't do it. Because I feel like it would be a shame to do that. Half-Life Alyx. Walking Dead and Satan's Sin is so good. I didn't even know that was a VR game. Alright, best community support. Okay. Okay. I already know who I'm voting for here. Fall Guys. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Fall Guys meets all of that. All of it. They meet all of it. If you follow them on Twitter, they are super responsive. They are 100% in their community. Like, they have the best community support out of any game that I've ever seen. So, Fall Guys. Who's winning it? I don't know. I don't know. You think Apex has a good shot? I feel like Destiny has a good shot as well. I mean, they're all fine in their own ways. They're all fine in their own ways. But I feel like Fall Guys. I hate that freaking thing comes up every single time. Best mobile game. Skip. No, I'm gonna give it Among Us. Again, Among Us has done something that we haven't seen in a game. Like, the way that it works, the way that it's going and everything like that. I'm gonna say Among Us. And that's fine. You guys say what you're gonna say. I'm not saying that name out loud. I'm not saying the name of the game out loud. And I can understand why you're saying it. I can understand why you're saying it. But I'm voting Among Us. I understand why you're saying it. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm disagreeing with you. If you understand what I'm saying. The game that must not be named. Again, Ashley, I don't care how much it's made. I don't care. That's not what it's about. Alright, best indie game. Hades. I haven't played Hades personally, but everybody that I know who has played Hades sings the highest of praises for it. Best indie game is Hades. That's it. I'm not even. That's it. All right. Best ongoing game. All right. Best ongoing game. We got Apex Legends, Destiny 2. I mean, there's nothing new here. All of this is. I mean, there's nothing new. I don't even know who I would vote for. I know who's gonna win, but I don't know who I would vote for. I'm gonna give it to Destiny just because it's Destiny, but I know who's gonna win. I'm not voting for Fortnite. All right, next. So we got games for impact. I don't like this category. I don't like this category. The only one I played is Tell Me Why. And honestly, okay, games for impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Tell Me Why didn't even do that good of that kind of story. Kentucky, I haven't played any of these except Tell Me Why. But like I said, Tell Me Why didn't even do that good of promoting a pro social meaning or message. Because I don't know, I'll vote for it, but I'm not gonna get into it. I've said my piece with that game when I played it. The ending made me cry because I was able to resonate with the mom in Tell Me Why, and they did a good job telling the mom's story. But outside of the mom's story, the story with the kids was just kind of meh. All right, best performance. This one here is a tough one. This is a really tough one. You have Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby, I can't pronounce his name, as Jin, and Najee Jeter as Miles Morales. This one here, and Logan Cunningham as Hades. This one here, for me, goes between Ashley Johnson, Laura Bailey, and Najee Jeter. The actor who played as Jin did a fine job. Nothing wrong with that. He did a fine job with it. But it was a very stoic performance. Like, there wasn't too much emotion in his performance, to be honest with you. Najee Jeter did fantastic as Miles Morales. Fantastic. But as much as I loved Miles Morales, and as much as I loved the performance that was done in that game, it is nowhere near the performance of these two right here. Nowhere near them. And out of these two right here, Laura Bailey did her absolute best with Abby as a character, and it was fantastic, but not to the emotional just outpour that Ashley Johnson gave Ellie. Like, she just, she took her A game from the first Last of Us and just went beyond anything that I've ever seen in a game. Like, being able to portray the kind-hearted Ellie that we see in the flashbacks, and then the absolute, like, murder demon that we saw Ellie become towards the end, or like as we got to the end. Like, Ashley Johnson just did a phenomenal job as Ellie. I'm voting for Ashley Johnson. Like, that one's actually pretty easy for me. It's hard, but it's easy at the same time. I don't know. We got best audio design. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one too. Okay. Why is Resident Evil 3 on here? No, get out of here. Resident Evil 3. When does voting end? I don't know. The Game Awards is on the 10th. Seriously, why is Resident Evil 3 on here? I don't even understand that. Like, why? You know what? I'm gonna have to play Resident Evil 3 again on my PS5. Maybe that'll, I don't know, maybe that'll change my mind. But no, why is that here? Get out of here. Alright, best audio design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Well, seeing as how no game ever will ever be able to touch Dead Space 1 and 2 for audio design, they all suck. But other than that, it's either Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us Part 2. Ghost of Tsushima, hearing the blade just come out of the sheath, and just like the satisfying sound as you hear it cutting through everything, cutting through the wind and stuff like that. It's just, and the very minute details when you're cutting bamboo, or when you hear the sound of the bowstring let go. Like, they did a really good job with the audio design on that. But I gotta give it a Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2, the gun sounds are on point. The way that it sounds every single time you fire a gun, when you shoot an arrow, just hearing your characters like breathing as they're like trying to run away and then hide, hearing everywhere like just the footsteps in the grass of the enemies as they try to look for you, try to hunt for you. The freaking Seraphites with their whistling. Oh my god. One, it's creepy as hell. Two, the way that it, like, if you play it on a surround sound headset, it's just, it's something else compared to these. I have to give it to Last of Us on that one. But I could understand if you made a decision for Ghost of Tsushima. I could understand that. I definitely could understand that. Am I gonna watch the Game Awards on the 10th? I am. And you know, I could even understand if you vote for Doom. I really could. Best score in music. Best score in music. Okay. This one's tough. This one's tough. got Doom Eternal. Mick Gordon is a genius. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. Mick Gordon is a musical genius. Final Fantasy VII Remake pulled at my nostalgia heartstrings. No, it is tough, and I'll tell you why in a second. Final Fantasy VII pulled at my nostalgia heartstrings. Ori and the Will of a Wisp. The music in that game is more of ambience as you go through all the different areas. Which it's great. But that one, because it's just ambience, it's gonna fall short for me. Or most of it is ambience. Last of Us Part 2, the music was always great in the first Last of Us. Last of Us Part 2 does the same thing. It's just fantastic. Gustavo, again, is a musical genius. The way he plays guitar is amazing. I haven't played Hades. For me, it's between Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Last of Us Part 2. But the reason why Final Fantasy VII Remake might fall short is because it's just nostalgia, right? So the music, the musical score is Final Fantasy VII. It's the same music. It's modernized, and they did a good job modernizing it, but it's the same music. And that's not to say that the original Final Fantasy VII music wasn't great. It was fantastic, but you understand what I'm saying when I say that. Doom Eternal is pretty much Doom 2016, but Doom Eternal. It's a new one. And Last of Us Part 2 is Last of Us, but it's Last of Us Part 2. So, with all that being said, I will give it to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because if they're all pretty much the same as their predecessors, Final Fantasy VII Remake does it the best. Surprised to see Hades nominated for this. Didn't even notice the music. That's the thing too, is like whether or not you notice the music. Best art direction. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, see, it's there. Final Fantasy VII Remake, no, with their backgrounds, it was a mess. Like, why would you go with a PS4 hardware that can do 3D textures and stuff like that in the background? No problem. Why would you go like still images in the background and stuff like that? No. Ghost of Tsushima, beautiful game. Absolutely beautiful. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, beautiful game. Last of Us Part 2. The only sections that stand out for me in Last of Us Part 2 is the descent when you're in that tower, or when you're on the Seraphite Island in the, you know, on Abby, Seattle, Day 3. Those are the only two sections that really stand out. I'm gonna go Ori and the Will of the Wisp. It is so gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, it's just like, it felt like I was playing a painting. And the way that Ori moved, like, it just worked so goddamn well. So goddamn well. Alright, so next, best narrative. Never heard of Ori and the Will of the Wisp? Okay, Adachi, go watch my live stream. I played Ori and the Will of the Wisp on live stream. Go watch it. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but the minute that you start watching it, you'll understand why I decided that. Okay, best narrative. Outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. I haven't played 13 Sentinels. I want to play this so goddamn bad, and I haven't played it. Like, it hurts me that I have not played this game. It hurts. Hurts. Final Fantasy VII Remake did an okay job. Ghost of Tsushima. Again, the storytelling, as far as like the narrative goes, and Ghost of Tsushima, most of the storytelling is done by the side characters. And while that's not a bad thing, it's still good. But yeah, I don't know. Hades, I haven't played Hades. I don't know. Last of Us Part 2. No, I'm not giving it to Last of Us Part 2. Because I continuously say the story in Last of Us Part 2 would have been better had they had us play as Abby first. Because of the structure of Last of Us Part 2, I can't give it to Last of Us Part 2. I'm actually going to give it to the Ghost of Tsushima. Because I haven't played 13 Sentinels. You're playing it right now? Oh, no. And the thing is, like, I know I would love 13 Sentinels. I know I would love it because I love, Odin Sphere. I love Odin Sphere. And that game reminds me of Odin Sphere a lot. It's by the same people. All right. Best game direction. Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, or Last of Us Part 2. Creative vision and innovation in the game direction and design. Crap. This one's tough. Again, I haven't played a Half-Life Alyx. And I really, like, I think I would enjoy it a lot. But Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not voting for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I loved Final Fantasy VII Remake. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing it. Just vote Ghost. That's what I'm gonna vote for. Is Ghost. They did a good job with it. Really good job with Ghost of Tsushima. I didn't get bored at all playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I did get invested in the story. They did a good job. Game of the year. All right, here we go. This is the last one, last category we're voting on. Game of the year. Game of the year. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, Last of Us Part 2. Well, I'm gonna eliminate 3 right here. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Animal Crossing. Not Game of the Year. Just cutting them out right now. Final Fantasy VII Remake. While I enjoyed it, I loved it. Honestly, it became forgettable. After I beat Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then like I went back to play hard mode, I just never touched it again. Like I just didn't. I don't. It just became forgettable to me, which was surprising because of how excited I was to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like I just became forgettable. Doom Eternal is just more Doom. Like honestly, it's just more Doom. Animal Crossing, while it was great in the sense that like how much money it made, how many units it sold, and the fact that like it came out in the time that we needed it to come out, which was the quarantine. But I'm not giving it to Animal Crossing either. Fuck, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. It's gonna suck. This is gonna suck. I'm gonna tell you why. We all know Last of Us Part 2 is gonna win Game of the Year. We know it. We know it. Okay? We know Last of Us Part 2 is gonna win Game of the Year. And this sucks to say. Yes, we know Last of Us Part 2 is winning Game of the Year. You're naive if you think otherwise. Very naive if you think it's not going to win Game of the Year. And the reason why I'm saying this is going to suck is because I actually agree with them. It's very weird. It's very weird to say. I enjoy playing Last of Us Part 2 a lot. And Ashley's right. I played a lot of Last of Us Part 2. More than any sane person really should be playing that game. But I agree with them. Ghost of Tsushima, it was a good game. It was fun. I had a blast playing Ghost of Tsushima, but it's not Game of the Year for me. I beat it and that's it. Right? Like, they add a New Game Plus. I haven't even started New Game Plus. They added Legends. I had fun playing Legends, and it's a fun multiplayer aspect, but it's more the same of Ghost of Tsushima. And Ghost of Tsushima is a lot of it is Assassin's Creed. Doesn't really do a lot of new things for combat, and neither does Last of Us Part 2 to that regard. But Last of Us Part 2 does have a bit of a better performance, and like not a bit of it has a much better performance than Ghost of Tsushima does as far as the actors go. The technical aspects, while Ghost of Tsushima looks gorgeous, Last of Us Part 2 with the motion capture and everything just is fantastic. the music, there's more music in Last of Us Part 2 than there is in Ghost of Tsushima. And yeah, I have to go with Last of Us Part 2. I have to go with it. Like, if Miles Morales was in here, I'd go with Miles Morales in a heartbeat. But it's not. It's not in here. So that's why I said it kind of sucks. Kind of sucks to have to agree that Last of Us Part 2 is going to win it. But that's what it is. I haven't played Hades. I have not played Hades. And like I said, Ghost of Tsushima kind of just falls flat. There was no reason. I didn't feel compelled at all to go back to Ghost of Tsushima to replay it at all. Where Last of Us Part 2, something about it always made me want to go back and replay it. So I don't know. If it wins though, I don't know, because Nintendo fans. No. Animal Crossing is not Game of the Year. Not at all. Not at all. So yeah, that's my choice. Those are my choices. I'm sticking to it. I'm not backing out, because I mean that's what I decided. But I do have to get going because I gotta go get my kids from school. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. There will be a video going up really soon at 4 o'clock. So in an hour and 20 minutes, something like that, there'll be a premiere going up, which is a little fun survey that that YouTube wanted its content creators to do. So there's that. You guys can watch that premiere, and I'll probably be around for that too. Later on, I don't know what we're playing. I need to put up a poll. You guys vote. Just keep an eye out on my community tab, so you guys can vote on the next game that I'm playing on livestream, because I have no freaking idea what I'm playing. I did pick up Control though. I did pick up Control. But I'm not playing this yet. I'm not playing this yet because you see that PS5 upgrade? Yeah, that PS5 upgrade got delayed to early next year. So we're not playing this until the PS5 upgrade. I am not MJ. I'm not touching that game. No. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys later. Everybody, have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace out, guys. I gotta stop the music. Alright, bye. Oh, but Ashley, I don't have, like, okay, if I played Control on Game Pass, I wouldn't be able to take advantage of ray tracing and all that stuff. My computer wouldn't be able to handle Control. So that's why, like, I gotta play it on my PS5. Anyways, I'll see you later.